Hello everyone, welcome to Banner Attack once again. Let's launch it. Hello everyone, welcome to Banner Attack. Welcome to the Meijin series, but this time it's not. We don't have any live set right now. This time, what we have is a huge backlog of sets that were not streamed when they happened, and we have to review them now. Today's review stream is gonna be could be a little bit special. Could be because it features something that hasn't happened quite often, and that is I'm gonna review my own set. I'm Javi, by the way, and I'm gonna review my own set because I had a set, one of my sets against EpicYoshi, did not happen on stream. So it's right here up in my review folder. I have these 5 sets to review. Today's plan will be to review at least 2 of them. And depending on the energy, maybe more, but I highly doubt it. So, yeah. Welcome in, Bowser. It's review time. And without any more hesitation or anything, let's start. And as I said, with my very own set against EpicYoshi. So let's start. What else is there to say here? Let's hop right into the first one. Alright, let's see. I start here with a... I have this habit of starting my openers very fast. I'm a person who does not really set up their board that much. I just start opening and I just start my openers and I just start chaining or comboing depending on what my vision allows me to see. That was not the best down stacking order because it forced me to burn another +4 in order to arrive to the clear, but that's okay. Meanwhile, EpicYoshi fighting through some lighter garbage there, but I think it's enough to top him out. Yes, but he also manages to find the clears without too much issue. That I don't know if here he was looking to get rid of this yellow panel in order to continue chaining downwards with the purple panels, or if keeping this yellow panel around was intentional in order to keep the +5 around. It seems to me that this was the intention. Either way, both plays are completely valid because it offers a lot of different opportunities. Like for example, here after this +5 you have the chain with the light blues and with the red panels, which will give you a very nice time lag chain, and you still end up with a lot of opportunities after that. So both plays are completely valid in that case. And let's see how I died here. So I don't remember how this set went. Alright. Okay, so the problems already start here. Let's see. I cleared without. I had plenty of time, plenty of shake time to get the +6 here, and that +6 would have given me the stop time that I needed. Also, I seem to have frozen up, and thanks to that freeze, I could not get to the greens in time. That's just unfortunate. Moving on. Let's go to the second one. Okay. As you can see, I open up extremely quickly. Meanwhile, EpicYoshi there spends more time setting up his board to find something better, but seems in a bit of a pickle there. Eventually he makes good use of his towers to clear up, to make his first clear. Whoa, that's a very interesting line with all those +6s. Now he's gonna get the 9, he has a tier 2 clear, but he also has a tier 3 clear. Yeah, it immediately goes, denies the Shogun and goes to the third clear and goes to the third tier to clear. Alright, takes the green clear in, that was hovering in midair. Oh, gets the times 2 just in time. Now needs to stall. Okay, this sequence, there were a lot of options here. Let's see. So he chains here, hesitates for a moment, finds the horizontal dark blues, but here he set up the red panels wrong. No, he actually didn't. Like, the only panel he really set up wrong was this red one, but he had the right ideas, but seemed to conclude that it was not gonna lead anywhere, which is not true, because at this point what you can do here is swap this red panel here, which he did, keep this red one here, and then burn them, and then get the yellow chain, which would have given you enough time to reach the green clear. Or if you wanted to get greedy, you could red burn into yellow chain, into green chain, into a +6 link. But I don't know how greedy that would have been. I think that would have still left you with the light blue clear on the left side. So maybe it was valid, considering all that was above him was combo garbage at this point. So he would have gotten a fresh set of panels once again. Just things to consider here. Next game. Okay, I started the +8. EpicYoshi starts with a 5 into some light chain, into some lighter combo work. And still not under any sort of pressure, especially with that amount of panels. But here comes a bit of burning. Now he's chaining down. And that tower might be a little bit hard to work with. Yeah, he needs to stall with the +6. But okay. Let's see. I think he made a judgment mistake here. Judgment error. Let's see. He stalls with this, finds the +6 just in time, but then undoes the green chain. Maybe looking for some yellow panel action as a clear, but this leaves him with less options, I think. I think getting the green chain would have been the correct play there, because you could have cleared with the yellows anyway, and the pre-stop time and the extra stop time that gave you would have been more than enough for him to clear. Instead, what he did was try to go for a green burn, which I don't think would have saved him, because his stack was full of combo garbage, which might have meant that he had more combo garbage on its way. But actually that might not even be true, because if you look at his garbage, he has 2 3-whites, 1 3-white, and 2 4-whites, and then 1 3-white, which meant his queue went emptied out here. And this is the newest garbage that was not queued up previously. So yeah. But yeah, the line he took was wrong, and he died for it. Unfortunate. Next game. Some unnecessary burn there, and this time I personally couldn't make anything meaningful work. Maybe the second time around, but I'm already on the back foot here because of that botched opener. Alright, stalling here with the chain. Getting the +4. Now this is a bit of an uncomfortable situation. Yep. The stack shapes like this, when you have no easy clear, are very uncomfortable having such a tower. Here. Okay, let's start from here because my cursor was around here. You have I had options. I could have set up the +5 at the bottom with the yellow panels, but I don't know what other options that would have given me. Maybe the light blue +4 and some downstacking action to get to the... No, so, okay, one of the options here was setting up the +5 here, which then would have linked into the light blue +4 on the left side, and keeping this dark blue around for some downstacking action in order to reach this clear. Instead, what I did was burn the horizontal... Oh, that's a lot of mistakes there. Because burning the horizontal light blues here is not even that horrible of a mistake. But then... maybe... Okay, I went to the wrong side. After downstacking this leftward, if I really wanted to go this way, I should have downstacked this panel, and that would have given me enough time to easily get the yellow +4. But I didn't do that, so I died. Next game. So far, not so long. These games, they have been fairly short. I didn't like that burn. Meanwhile, EpicYoshi was setting up some combo action here with a +5, a +8, and then a 6. Not enough to top me out whatsoever. Now I'm topped out. And after that downstacking action... Okay, I clear with the +4. Nice. Now, EpicYoshi there almost died trying to reach that +4. Clears in both extremes of his stack, which leaves the center more open for opportunities. And... Okay, let's review that. Let's review that just a moment. Okay, so we start here from... Okay, we start here from the +3 into that nice +8. Here he has a lot of options actually. Here he tried to downstack, but the easier play here is to get the 6. To get this 6, you could even chain down here, then downstack the light blue, set up the +4, and some more downstacking action in order to clear with the light blue +4. So the play here would have been, in fact, this could have even been a combo chain. This could have even been a +6 into a times 2 +4. Or maybe... I'm not sure what... It could have been, because... Yeah, what he could have done is take the 6 into times 2 +4 and use one of these panels he was about to downstack to make a platform here for the light blue panel in order to reach the light blue +4 clear. But he didn't do that. He tried to downstack something that was not easy and died. So let's go next. Alright, I start here with a times 6 and raise. Something I'm trying to get more used to doing. Raising after, if they give me the chance to do it. That was funny. I know myself, and here in this situation I was 200% looking for the purple Shogun, but I miscalculated it because this does not chain. This purple panel ends up here. I was just lucky enough to RNG not just Yeah, not just this green, but also this light blue that ends up chaining anyway. And then I greet the chain, which leaves me without an immediate clear. And then I have to scramble around here looking for a clear. I was lucky that EpicYoshi did not fully take advantage of that because he could have put me in a much more difficult situation. There's some nice chaining there while keeping eye on the clear. That's funny because this is a blind spot. This panel, so I'm looking to set up the +6 here, but this panel right here is a blind spot that I have. And I ended up burning it without reason because I didn't see that. I set up the 8 with the greens instead of the yellows for who knows why. And then I set up some contraption, some +3 contraption there to stall for time while I get my next clear ready. Up. Let's see, do I die from this? No. But there was a mirror clear there. I didn't see the tier 2 clear either, and I didn't need it in the end. But there's another tier 2 clear in so I didn't take it anyway. I used it for a combo chain. I would go here for the chain instead of setting up the +4 clear. Maybe because I spotted the tier 2 clear. Now here comes a little bit of a scramble here with a tower situation. Right now in the review I was looking at the light blues. Past me saw the purples instead. Both are valid, of course. There I set up the +4. I avoid burning, and that time I avoided burning it. This is good gameplay. This is good defensive gameplay, which also serves both of us as a way to attack each other, because that's what the game is about. Believe it or not. Okay, I cleared with the. I was looking at the dark blues. I cleared with the yellows instead. Okay, I downstack both and find the clear with the yellows there. And not getting the +4 there was a mistake, and I can see myself panicking here a bit. But let's see, garbage chain here. I'm focusing on myself this game, but EpicYoshi, I've seen him from the corner of my eye. He's been in high stack the whole game. I decide not to bet on a slide there and instead take the safer +4 clear. And I mean those types of clears always look a little bit strange, but hey, as long as they work, I take the tier 2 clear there. But let's see where my cursor was. I had no stop time, or I had very little stop time. Let's see where my cursor went here. My cursor downstacked wrong. I downstacked wrong, found nothing and died. What would have been a safer play here? Actually, a little bit difficult to gauge, but you can set up something. You have I had an immediate match over here. I could have set up the purple panel, and I had a lot of options. I could have done a staircase chain with the purples and then the dark blues, or I could have even set up a +6 here. I could have even set up a +6 or even a +5 with the light blues. Instead I did nothing. I went upstairs, downstacked something that wasn't correct, and died. You even have this funny looking structure with the reds and the greens. More. Let's go, next game. Okay. EpicYoshi here setting up a lot of combos. I mean, those work well as surprise attacks. Indeed, what you want to do is kill your opponent as quickly as possible, but those combos were not nearly enough to top me out in this occasion. EpicYoshi taking here the slightly more aggressive route. It's okay, he has a lot of panels to work with. And I think he missed a little bit of an opportunity to send even more garbage, but that garbage wouldn't have been optimal anyway. I think that was a +7. Here comes the +5s, here comes the aggression. It's not enough, unfortunately, to keep me topped out. But the problem why it's not keeping me topped out is that I'm low stack. And that already gives me less options to work with. Now after the combo storm there from EpicYoshi, I'm able to put myself in higher stack and have slightly more options. So panel is possibly is a game that becomes much more comfortable to play when you realize how important being in high stack and having panels is. Maybe not like super high stack like I am right now. That was scary. Maybe not super high stack, but at least have enough panels to be able to be confident in your gameplay. Yeah, because that's what happens when you don't have a correct when you don't have the correct defensive route. Let's see. Let's analyze that again. So my woes, I would say, already start here, because honestly, probably the play is stalling with the purple +4, down stacking this tower, and then clearing with the yellows. But instead, I stall with the wrong purples, because those ones do not give me stop time, and then I failed to see the easier dark blue match here, which I think I had enough time to downstack the light blue as well, so I think that would have been a valid clear. Why would you not do the light blue? Let's see, let's review that again. Yeah, why did I not do the light blue? That's a good question. That is a good question. But yeah, right now the route I would have taken is the light blue. Not the light blue, the dark blue. But yeah, I think the safest option would have been taking the purple +4 anyway. Next game. Once again, very fast, very fast and powerful chain. I'm not too convinced about that +8 now. You left me in a bit of a pickle there. Too lucky. I was lucky I was not topped out. I appreciate that. It is the Master League. It is the Meijin Master League after all. This is tough, but I was able to find the red clear there. Meanwhile, EpicYoshi, I assume, is stalling, but looking at my GPM, maybe I was just not sending it garbage like at all. That's it. That's the +4 I recently finished, and a 3 white. That's all EpicYoshi had there. I was struggling with my offense there. Oh, even gets the grounded catch to extend the chain one more link. Sets up the very nice offensive +8 there. And let's see, I was looking at EpicYoshi, so let's review why I died. So, I get the +4, and I'm here as with the in retrospective, which always makes things easier. I'm already looking at I must clear with these greens. I must clear with these greens. So present me, what present me would have done here is downstack these 3 panels that are on top of the greens one here's and of the greens ones here's. Can't speak. And clear with the greens. That sounds reasonable. Instead of that, what I did was immediately take the +4, and now what are you gonna clear with, buddy? Yeah, I knew. Figured so. So yeah, as I say, as I must repeat, it's always much easier to find the correct line, find the correct interpretation when you are not there playing. So it's sometimes hard. Gonna drink a little bit of water here. And next game. Let's see. Oh, that burn already tells me I could not see anything. I could not see anything in this starting board. Oh, those openers are always a struggle. When you cannot... When you struggle to find any meaningful attack, then you know you're already forced onto the defensive. EpicYoshi's attack there was scary, but ultimately was not enough to top me out. Maybe, I'm not sure actually. Okay, now comes a little bit of stalling for time. I burn the reds. Those downstacking lines are very dangerous. You can only do them when you are not topped out, otherwise you will die. Okay, clearing with some nice combos. I was looking at the +5 at the right, but it disappeared due to the garbage RNG. And let's see. Here, that's a very difficult spot to be in. That's one of the classic don't be here situations, and which one that forces you to burn quite a few panels in order to just survive. I hit the slide. That rewards me with a nice +6 combo chain, starting with more combos to earn some stop time and be able to find the clear. Okay, more combos coming out of me. Nice. And also some lighter chains, but ultimately that did not top EpicYoshi out. There, I'm gonna review that. Okay, so I take the 8. Here, the safer option. I went for the more aggressive option here. The safer option is to prepare the red match instead of the blue match. Why? Because the blue match, this blue panel, either you set it up here to the right, or you let it fall and you let it chain. But the safer option here would have been to set up the red panel for the match, because those ones would have kept stable, wouldn't have fallen if you had set them up like this. But hey, this also works. As long as you're ready for your next clear, which I was, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I don't even touch those dark blue panels to achieve the Shogun. And now I'm looking, that looked scary, but I was looking there at the yellow clear. I tried to go for a +6 that probably didn't even exist. And look at that, 2 lines of shock garbage. Which means that my offense at some point was not good enough to slow him down. And that meant, yeah. And now my queue is empty. So now it's EpicYoshi who seems to be struggling, and if we go look at the GPMs, I'm in the lead. But remember, this is panel attack. This game is extremely volatile. Oh, I get rid of my own shock panels. I had 5 of them, and I get rid of all of them with a +8. which was very nice because a +8 is very good offense, and on top of that you have the 3 shock garbage lines. Once again, nothing in my queue. You can even see how I was a bit startled there by my queue being empty. And this is a long game. I think this is the longest game of the set so far. 3.5 minutes. My defense was good enough in the beginning. Now I'm here in a pickle. I am struggling. I am scrambling to find a clear. Had to resort to several burns in order to find a crucial clear that kept me alive while I was in defensive lead. I let the automatic chain happen, and then I had 2 ideas that conflicted with one another. Let's see. So the chain happens. This chain also happens, and that swap tells me that I was going for this, and this would have been a valid option because I can match the yellows and chain with the dark blues, and then with the time I'm buying, I can downstack the light blue, downstack this green, and clear with the purples. But instead, I also tried moving the purples. I don't know what. Maybe I just grabbed the wrong panel, but it's unfortunate because this mistake killed me. So yeah, next game. Yeah, that was the one I was not looking forward to. I knew there was a death race somewhere in this set. This was the one. Could it be could it be frustration setting in? It can be. It could have been frustration setting in. At that point, according to the reviews, I had lost 4 games in a row, so next game. Come on. I'm gonna focus on EpicYoshi now. I try to be balanced with who I'm focusing on. And that was a stinker from EpicYoshi. Let's see. So we are here. He chains. He gets a +5, and after this 5, he tried to go for the +4. But let's play it again in 1x speed. Yeah, I don't think you're getting that with the amount of stop time. Yeah, with the amount of stop time that +5 is giving you, you are not getting there, unfortunately. You need to find some safer route. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Next game. Alright. EpicYoshi does let the stack race on its own, which could make him vulnerable to one of those stinky snipes. But I mean, if he's here, it's because he knows what he's doing, so I trust him. I trust that not to be the case. Okay, a hover chain, and that hover chain does not produce anything particularly impressive offensive-wise. But hey, I was not under any sort of pressure here from EpicYoshi, so... Oh, I heard a board explosion there from EpicYoshi. Now Tears merge, and he handles that pretty brilliantly. Maybe he could have gone for a +4 there with the reds. I'm not exactly sure. He went for the safer route instead, which I cannot criticize. Yeah. Let's see. He's still finding combos at the bottom, and then clears with the yellow +4 after setting it up. Nice. Okay. Clears with +4. Good play there from EpicYoshi. Now I'm looking at the dark blues, but the dark blues are gonna be unmade. Okay, that was an unnecessary frame trick, but hey, it worked. He's not dead, so once again I cannot really complain. Now, I was looking there at the Shogun. He was looking at the +9. Both options incredibly valid. I would say his option was better than the one I'm seeing in the review. And oof, very on the edge defense there from EpicYoshi. Luckily for him, it worked. Takes the hovering +5 into hovering green clear. Unfortunately, his defensive pickles do mean that he's not sending enough attacks to keep me topped out. I saw my stack rise for a moment there, and this tower could be complicated, especially if you miss swap and miss the transportation like that. Okay, long game once again, 3 minutes. And here we have EpicYoshi garbage chaining. Now tiers merge, and good play. I was also looking at those red panels. Nice controlled board explosion there for EpicYoshi into taking the hovering yellow panel clear. That was well played. Realizing you needed to make that +4 chain happen as well. Okay. He was lucky. My offense was not optimal there because the 6 wide I sent gave him just enough shake time for him to survive. Now sets up the +8 at the bottom left. I think he hit a slide. After that +8. Oh no. Okay, let's see. Okay, a lot of stuff happening here. I'm not sure if he wanted or did not want the chain. I'm not exactly sure. But here, if you really are gonna do that, I would have... He downstacked the red to burn them, but what I would have done is swap these and chain into these ones. And then I would already be looking upwards because you need to set up this. You need to downstack this green, put this blue panel here, like swap this blue panel here, so that you can downstack the light blue and clear with them. But maybe he did not see that, and it didn't help that what he did with the red panels did not give him any additional stop time. So he died. Right, next game. I immediately burned the light blues. I couldn't get that chain in time. That's okay though, it just means that my offense will be weaker this opener. But hey, we all have... that was a stinker. That was a stinker from yours truly. Let's see. Alright. After this, which is nice, I'm already looking at setting up the +6. But I don't know if that was a mechanical issue from my part or what, or I just didn't see the +6, but I could not get to it in time. I could not downstack the right side tower either, so I ended up dying. Next. Alright, I set up the +5. I set up then a +6, a +5. What can I say? That was a good opener, and GPM proves it. It was a 34 GPM opener. Alright. Clear with the +4 after clumsily burning, making a burn in the right side. I know myself. I know I tried to go for that grounded catch, and it didn't work. +6 into +5 clear, not bad. That was also very clumsy, but didn't cost me my life. So okay, set up some chaining action there. I did not even see the route I took. Once again, another clumsy burn from that blind spot I mentioned earlier. Happens more often than I would like to, but it's just some things to work on. Now, okay. So far so good though, despite a few clumsy moments. Offense, like attack, has not suffered too much. 23 GPM versus 21 GPM there for EpicYoshi. Let's see how EpicYoshi died here. He died very soon after those last pieces of garbage dropped, so let's see. Okay, he finishes up the chain, and I'm looking there to getting the +4. Ah, that was mechanical. That was a mechanical issue. He could not get... He was not precise enough with his cursor to get to those panels in time and clear with the +4. Alright, next game. Alright, another +5. Meanwhile, EpicYoshi here sets up the +4 for the clear, so immediately goes defensive after an opener that wasn't enough to top me out. Ooh, that was a sticky situation there for EpicYoshi for a moment. And is he gonna take the chain? No, he cuts it and gets a +8 into the hovering dark blue clear. Once again, EpicYoshi's defenses are a bit on the limit here, but they work. They are working. Oh, that was a bit wild, but very nice. Of course, we take those 9s, especially when you're this high stack. Those 9s have to be taken. EpicYoshi hesitated for a moment there, almost cost him the game. Okay, he takes the double garbage chain into +5, into a +5 through unblockable combo, as some peeps say around some places. And let's see how I died here, how I put EpicYoshi on match point. Okay. You know, the typical situation for players' deaths are merging tiers. Here it looks like I didn't even give time for the tiers to merge. Why? Okay, let's... One looks at this and asks themselves, why? You have such a beautiful clear set up here. All you need to do is, when those panels fall, you downstack the dark blue on to the right, like the light blue on to the right, because there will be a gap here, and you can just clear. Like the play here is to downstack this panel when it falls, and clear with the purples. Instead, I don't know if that was a misclick or that was just the wrong plan, but it cost me the game and it put the EpicYoshi in match point here. Next. These following games become more difficult because you know that you're under pressure, because your opponent is on match point, so you cannot afford mistakes. I chain high, extremely high, but EpicYoshi allows me to raise because his opener was not good enough to top me out. Yeah, I am already seeing some miss swaps and double swaps flourishing out of nerfs. But here comes a big chain from EpicYoshi. That was a ×9. And then a lot of burning, but I had my clear ready there with the red panels. Okay, here comes the garbage chaining. Not much to say here, just some calm, collected garbage chaining. It is important to know when I will cut it, and it seemed that I was about to cut it there, but EpicYoshi died beforehand. Let's see. Let's look at it. Okay. So he takes the +6. It wasn't even a +6. Ah, that's unfortunate. Oh, cursor ran away. What happened there? Cursor went up. What happened there? That could have been just... Maybe he fat-fingered the up key, panicked, tried to correct and could not correct in time. But even then, maybe an easier thing, maybe an easier line to take here. Take advantage of this gap, and instead of downstacking and instead of letting the light blue fall all the way down, you could either keep it here, downstack some other panel and clear with the +4, or insert some panel and try to go for the kick. Welcome in, Nico. I'm here reviewing a few Meijin sets, and I'm starting out with my own review, my own Meijin set against EpicYoshi. Alright, let's go. Next game. Let's look at EpicYoshi here. Did he try to get a +9 there? I'm not sure. I think he tried to do some grounded catch shenanigans there to get the +9 in the chain. That was a bit rough there from EpicYoshi. I would have taken the red chain, garbage chain clear. But hey, maybe he actually didn't want the chain. Takes a +7 into empty queue, so he lets the stack raise one line, then clears, then sets up a 9. Oh, hits the slide for the +4. Nice. Takes the double garbage chain. Oh no, he panicked. That was... Okay, let's try to pinpoint where the first miss swap happened. Oh, yep. There wasn't even a miss swap here. He just... there was not a miss swap. It was an issue, a movement issue, which made him panic, which made him not set up the +5 correctly, or even a +3 clear. None of them happened, and he died. Yeah, that was panic. He could have even gotten the light blue +5 instead. But none of them happened, and he died. And for the last game, I'm gonna watch myself and see what the heck I did wrong to die here and lose the set. Some sweet opener here. 34 GPN once again. Into a +4 clear. Into a +5, into a light blue clear, nice. Sets up the +5. And then I know what happened here. I was looking to do some shenanigans with this blue, with these dark blues. I was thinking about how to get this +5, and I thought too hard, and nothing came out. Nothing out of my brain and nothing out of the panels. So I just ended up dying and giving the set away to EpicYoshi. But GG's, that was a pretty good set. Too bad for the death race, but hey, those things happen. We try to avoid them, but it is what it is. So that's one set done.